And Joe Dupree brings him up on 3rd down and about 4. He wants to pitch it. He does. It's Shafton Fraley at the 15, the 10, the 5. He dives. He's in. Shafton Fraley on his first carry of the 1993 season goes 19 yards and puts 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
And that time Joe Dupree kept the ball to the very last instant before he was able to flick it out. And Fraley just did a great job.
Tell you what, he muscled his way down those last couple of 5 yards. Reed Haley with the try for extra point. It's down, it's up, it's going over the and into the, and we have got a 14-3 ball game. Well, the Eagles showed some interesting variations of plays on that last one, and especially on the touchdown run, because once Fraley got outside, he was the only one out there, and he was the only one that could do anything with the run, but did a nice job. And of course, we've been watching Shafton Fraley up in Middle Georgia for a lot of years. A tremendous football talent, to be sure. All right, the Eagles will kick it off one more time. Eric Smith gets ready to
see if he can go 3 for 3.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He's had 2 into the end zone on kickoffs today that had to be brought out for touchbacks. And we mentioned that's one of the greatest defensive weapons that you can have. You have a kicker that can kick that ball all the way into the end zone, make you go a full 80 yards from the 20-yard line for a score.
And with a guy like Dedrick Smith, that's about what you want to make him do. He can run the thing. All right, the Eagles special team says we're ready. Let's see if everybody else is ready. The fans are on their feet. And the referee says he can probably tell us we're ready too. There's the kick. Ooh, it's a low line drive at about the 12-yard line, the 15, the 20, the 25, and boom, right there. Derek Austin got his shoulder into the return man,
Kick return to the 25.
who got buried about that time.
That was returned by 28, Keldrick Sapp.
Senior out of Waynesboro. Gets it out to the 26.
First and 10.
About a 14-yard return, not bad. And at the same time, it still is 74 yards away with 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go.
Well, if the Tigers have any tricks up their sleeves, this would be a good place for them.
That's true. Of course, as hot as it is out there, they're not wearing sleeves. Okay, now they got to get a tight end in there. There's the snap. Going to be a quick pass out into the just out of bounds, period. And now we got a flag. Got to see what this one's about. I'm not sure if they were even set for the play.
I don't think that the one person that they were short got in time to get set, but let's see what the call actually winds up being.
Yep, that's what it is. It's illegal participation. Remember the first time I saw that call, somebody said it looked like he had a headache. I said, well, I don't know if he did, but the coach sure did. 5-yard penalty on the play.
He was just putting his hat on tighter, see.
Oh, yes. Drive the nail in a little bit deeper. Yeah. Moves the ball back to the 21-yard line. 1st and 15, and now Dedrick Smith goes in motion. Here's the snap, and Leverett's looking for him. Now he throws it out to this side, complete, and we got a flag out here. The big tight end takes it across to the 30-yard line, or close to the 30-yard line.
And Sean Smith that time on the reception.
But now let's see what this flag is all about.
Please call the University Police immediately.
It was good for about an 8-yard gain.
University Police immediately.
But Harold Becker, our referee, says again, same call. Going to cost them another 5 yards, so it'll still be first down. And I think Dedrick Smith is going over and asking for an explanation.
Ball against Savannah State moves the ball back near the 15-yard line.
So make it first down and 20. At about the 16-yard line. And Tell you what, you'd get enough of these. 48 seconds left to go in the first half. Don't count them out, though. That Dedrick Smith can burn you from wherever you're at on the field. There's the snap. Leverett goes back. He looks. He's going to throw it no matter what, and he teams up. And is it complete or incomplete? Calvin Thompson with the catch. And very close to a first down. They lay it down there. And the referee says it is a
looks like maybe about
short.
3 or 4 inches short is all, though.
He's got to give him 19, give him 20 on the catch. So it's second down. Well, they made that all up in a hurry,
Only 12 seconds left.
And there's the snap, and Leverett rolls out, looks, fires one out there. Intercepted at the 45-yard line by number 19, Marco Bradham. Well, that one was one of those, I don't know why we did that, but I'm sorry we did.
And Marco limps off the field. Looks like he might have twisted an ankle or either have a leg cramp.
As it is, there's 2 seconds. I'm sorry. 2 seconds on the scoreboard. I was going to say 4, but we may be able to get a snap off, and that will be it for the first half. Somebody, and I think it was Bradham, wisely called a timeout. It is hot down there. Looking at Alton Hitson getting a long drink of water.
And they're lined up in that traditional Hail Mary last second
Throw
effort.
it down there. There's Dupree. He's going to get hit and dropped for a loss by the outside linebacker. It was Ramon Ware. Well, as it is, it's a 2-yard loss, and that's going to be the end of the first half. With the score, the Georgia Southern Eagles 14, the Savannah State Tigers 3. And I apologize for that. I was watching the referee, and I thought he was waiting for somebody to bring out a ball, and he wasn't waiting for nothing. So Chris Wright gets the return, and we get underway here in the second half very, very, very quickly. Didn't miss anything, though. Stick with us. We'll bring it all to you. First and 10 Eagles at our 26-yard line. We need to move the ball right off the bat here and get another 7. Snap, handoff, Dupree looking. He wants to try to hit somebody. He's got Shafton Fraley incomplete at about the 42-yard line, a little low, and Elijah Jones on the coverage. Fraley coming out of his wingback position.
He was open, so you can expect to see that probably again a little later.
Had his man by about a step, ball a little bit behind him and low. Come out now with Williams. Looks like the same alignment. Fraley and Wright. Dupree at quarterback. Long count. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Wants to keep it. Gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Big number 98, Tyrone Davis.
We called Tyrone Davis's number quite often in the first half, and he gets it started out bright and early again in this second half with a stop.
And mark it as a loss of a yard is what they're going to put it down as. Tell you what, Savannah State up front, impressive in size and also impressive in reading the plays. Third down and 11 for the Eagles. Snap. Dupree looking. He fires one out here. Complete at the 40-yard line. He's got enough for the first down. And it was number 81, Alfonso Harris, the redshirt freshman out of Winder Barrow High School, Statham, Georgia.
And hit on the play by number 31, Edra Buckles, for Savannah State. But the completion comes out to a first down at the 40-yard line.
A 15-yard pickup on the play, and as Fred told you, a first down. Dan Jaskula up here on this end of the mic. Fred Hester, my lovely wife Margaret, doing our statistics. David Wood directing for us today. First and 10, the snap. Dupree keeps it, cuts it, nice hold of the 40, 45, and gunned down from behind by Jonathan Bird, the outside left side linebacker.
Good block that time by number 69, Miguel Ayub.
Number 50, Jonathan Bird.
And also on that same side by Joey Cushing. Opened it up as they came back against it. Moore, Stevens, Glover, Ayub, Cushing in the front line. A pickup on the play, give him 7, out to the 48, close to the 48. Second down and 3. Dupree takes the snap, and it's Stevens straight ahead check it, Williams straight ahead to about the 49-yard line. Might have got a whole yard out of that. He got knocked down just about the time he got started. Darrell Futch got in there along with Big George Brewer. So it'll be third and make it about make it a short 3. 3rd and 3. Ball's got to go on the other side of the 50. Dupree puts him in motion, handoff, and Williams gets maybe to the 50, but that's about it. Trying to follow the blocking off that left side of Ayub and Moore, and didn't look like he was able to squeeze it out.
And it looked like that time that Dupree was varying the count, trying to draw Savannah State off sides, but he was not able to do that. Brings up 4th down. They're short by about 1.5 feet.
Look at that. There's a plane going over, and it says, after the game, eat at Pomo's. Huh. We ought to shoot them things once in a while. All right, 4th and about a yard, and Thatcher's going to have to punt. Pumps it up nice and high. Dedrick Smith says he doesn't want to touch it, and going after it at about the 2-yard line and running it out of bounds.
It goes out at the 2-yard line.
You couldn't have thrown it that good. That was a fantastic punt. It kicked to the left.
And it was a beautiful spiral. You like seeing those kind of punts.
Oh, yes. I tell you what, Bill Thatcher has got the talented toe.
In the 4th quarter, South Carolina 17, Georgia 14.
About a 48-yard punt net is what they're going to give him. So it's 1st and 10 for Savannah State now at their own 2-yard line. Come up to the line. Carl Leverett still in there. Ken Robbins, Isaac Caesar behind him. Takes the call. Snap goes back. He looks. Wants to throw one forever. A home run ball. Caught at the 40-yard line.
Number 13, Antoine Singleton.
In there for the first play this afternoon between Rob Stockton and Brandon Rozelle. You couldn't have played it any better. The ball just came down right where it had to be at the 42-yard line, a 40-yard pickup. I thought it was a brave call, just passing out of your own end zone.
And what's even more amazing, Singleton is a freshman out of Miami, Florida, a freshman in there pulling down that big catch.
1st and 10, Tigers at their own 42. Leverett takes it. Hands it to Robbins. Robbins gets around a couple of yards outside, gets strung out, however, at about the 45. And knocked out of bounds by a bunch of blue shirts.
Across the 45.
11 minutes, 20 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. 14-3, Eagles, if you're just joining us. Mark it at the 43, so 46 rather, so give him about 4. Call it 2nd and 6. Alex Mash shifts in a little bit. Try to pinch down the line. Almost jumped offside. There's no whistle, and Leverett stood there with the ball. I don't know what kind of thought process can you get on that. He took the snap, stood there. There was no whistle, and Paul Carroll came in and said, guess what?
He assumed, Dan, that they were going to get the call and that the flag was going to drop, but that wasn't the case. Southern jumped, but they were able to get back down into their stance.
Well, he lost 3 of the 4 they gained, and now it's 3rd and 9.
He was lucky. He was lucky, Leverett was, that he didn't really get creamed, because that would have been a great opportunity for someone if they wanted to just rear back
ring
and go.
Ring his bell. We won't go into the word assume either. Right on 3rd and 9, Leverett sets him in. Now we got a flag.
This will probably be a delay of game. See if that's what it
turns
out to be.
Yep, that's it. Delay of game on Savannah State. And it marches it back 5 more, so now you've got 3rd and 14. Wow, from 2nd and 6 to 3rd and 14. That's a long way to go. They can, however, do it. We have seen them do it. And the defense needs to rise to the occasion. Carl Leverett still with a long count, takes it, rolls to his left. Michael Morris trying to force him back in. Now he winds up and flings one downfield, incomplete. Alvin Hitson was in there and nailed Dedrick Smith. However, the back judge said the ball was not a catchable ball. And therefore, it's just an incompletion, and it's 4th down.
And it really looked like that Leverett had thrown that one hard enough to just throw it away, but I don't think that was his intent. He was trying to go for the receiver. He just put too much on it.
Put a little too much mustard on that hot dog. And we got a flag. It'd probably be against us. Ooh, and a poor punt off the side of the foot.
I believe we're going to have an offside call against the Eagles, though, which should give the Tigers, if that is the call, it should give them a 1st down or very close to it.
It is offside against us, yeah. I'm laughing because I'm watching Jonathan Richardson, the sophomore from Glen Academy down in Brunswick, and I think he might have been the perpetrator on that one.
Oh, yes, and I was wrong. It doesn't bring up a 1st down. I was looking at the yard marker where I thought the 1st down marker was, but they're behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
so
yes.
It will have to be kicked again, but they'll get to move it 5 yards further down the field.
5 against us will bring up still be 4th and now 9.
Ball goes against the Eagles.
Helmley will get a second chance.
43.
It's a good thing that that last one didn't count.
And
much
this
better
is a
one.
much better punt.
Roselle takes it at about the 13, looks to the 15, cuts out at the 20, 25. Oh, if he could have kept his footing, he might have got another 5 or 6 yards. As it is, he brings it out to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And we'll be back with more Georgia Southern football right after this. And back with you, 1st and 10 Eagles. At the ball gets, well, as soon as we get a ball, we'll mark it. Oh, now, wait a minute. We got a flag all the way back upfield. And it's against Savannah State.
So let's see whether they're going to, how far you're going to have to go back with it. Yeah, a big one, too.
This must be a post-possession foul.
Ball goes.
It's a 15-yarder against Savannah State. And it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles at our 41-yard line. Well, that makes a difference.
Well, I never saw what the call was, but we'll take it.
James Stevens with the ball, and he bounces out to about the 44-yard line.
Tackle made by big number 75, George Brewer, who we talked about earlier.
George just kind of grabbed a handful and hung on until he could bring him down. Brought him down at the 44, gain of about 3 on the play, and make it 2nd down and 7. 9 minutes exactly left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles out in front, 14-3. Darren Willis out wide to the left. Top of your screen, Shafton Fraley in the slot to the left. Here's the snap. Dupree looks, fires a quick one way over the head of Dexter Dawson. Coverage on the play there provided by, it was not Kelsey Quarterman, I'm sorry. It was Rodney Brown who was on the coverage.
And that time, Savannah State had an inside linebacker blitz. They were trying to come in and get to Dupree in the background, but he was able to quickly toss out the ball to avoid number 1 being sacked behind the line of scrimmage, but he was not able to complete the pass, so it brings up 3rd down. And
3rd down and 7, and Alfonso Harris comes back in. Dupree rolls, looks, decides he's going to run at the 40, the 45 to 50, cuts back at the 45, and goes out of bounds at about the 42-yard line as Brown runs him out there, but not before he picked up 14 yards on a 1st down for the Eagles. Well, there's a play that works pretty good. You just send everybody deep and then run.
And although the clouds seem to be rolling in here overhead, the sun is shining on the Eagles right now. They're moving the ball.
1st and 10 at the Tiger 42-yard line. Into the ball game, number 77, D.D. Moore, a senior out of Philadelphia, Mississippi, for the Tigers. Here's the snap, and Dupree gets hit and dropped by Jonathan Bird. He was in the backfield about the same time the ball was.
Once again, he came out from that linebacker position and came up blitzing and was through that line before Dupree had a chance to do anything.
Loss of 2 yards on the play. Dexter Dawson back in there now. Alfonso Harris out. Darren Willis goes to the top.
Dupree needs to vary his count because they're lining up on him right now and coming.
Just about the time they hear Hutt. Oh, well, nobody snapped the ball that time, Coach.
And looks like
somebody heard
left side of our line, I think, jumped offside.
Somebody heard the music and said, let's dance. Illegal procedure against the Eagles is going to cost us 5.
Call against the Eagles.
And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 16 now. We're moving, but now we're moving in the wrong direction.
Well, we were talking about varying the count. Maybe that's what he did that time, but just forgot to tell the line.
So is everybody on the same page now? Here we go. All right. All right. Again, same formation as what that last play was going to be. 2nd and 16. Dupree. Oh, a quick pitch over to Chris Wright, and I don't know if that one got tipped as it went across the line or it was just a little short. As it was, it's an incompleted pass, and now we got 3rd and 16.
Just a little shuffle-type pass over the middle. I've never liked that play, but you see it work successfully a lot of times.
Yep. That was not one of them, but I have seen it work for good yardage. And especially with a guy like Chris Wright, little speedster out of Lowndes County, he may have taken that one for a big gainer. But close only counts on horseshoes and hand grenades. Here's the snap. Dupree, inside handoff to Wright at the 50, the 45, the 40, inside the 40 to about the 37. He's not going to have the first down, but he does pick up 12 of the yards that we needed on the play.
Finally stopped by number 18, Rodney Brown. Had to come up from his defensive back position to make the play.
Going to be 4th and about 4. 4th and 4 for the Eagles at the Tiger 37-yard line. Tigers put in all sorts of defensive changes. And the crowd rises to its feet. And Joe Dupree says, timeout. We want to talk this one over. We'll do the same thing. Timeout up here. Score, Eagles 14, Savannah State 3. Back with you right after this. All right. Back in a, I don't know, how would you describe the press box? A little warm?
Muggy would be a good word.
Muggy, that's a good one, yes. I'm...
Sonicized?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
I don't know if it's a word, but it's a good description of it. A little warm. Dan Jaskula, Fred Hester, my lovely wife Margaret, David Wood at the controls, Shirley Singleton offering all the help she can. And oh, look at that. Hey, I know her. Skip Carey used to date her in high school, didn't he? All right, on 4th and 4, here's the snap. Here's Dupree. He keeps it, cuts inside, and he's got the first down inside the 35 to about the 31. Now we got to hope for a spot. Nope, the referee says we give it to him anyway. 5 yards, first down, Eagles. Out of that power eye, Dupree just pulled it back and said, I'll take it from here.
And Rodney Brown, number 18, just beating the ground in disgust behind the play because he thought that he had him for a loss.
As it is, Dexter Dawson goes out wide to the left. Again, out of the power eye with all 3 of the fullbacks in there. Dupree takes it, a flag. Terry Lester inside the 25 as he skirts along. I'll say on that one it looked like Savannah State jumped.
Terry Lester.
Down to the 23-yard line, an 8-yard pickup on the play. Nice hole off the right side there.
And it is offside against the Tigers, but let's see, they made 8 yards, so let's see if they accept the penalty.
No.
Probably not. No, they decline. Okay.
Looking at our front line, we have got some new names in there. And I'm trying to see where he's playing. Number 93, Coffee Broadnax, out of Chambly. He's a junior college transfer. Gain of 8 at 2nd down and 2. He's in at a tight end position. Snap, Lester again gets hit by 1, gets in close to the first down. Ball is all over the ground.
Yeah, we got the ball loose, but it was already down, called dead.
The Weasel got it. Broadnax is playing a tight end position. Nice-sized young man, 5'10", 253 pounds. Now let's see where they lay it down. It may be close to a first down. Referee says it's that close. He wants to take a look at it. He's going to measure this one. We'll give Terry 2 yards on it anyway because he's a nice guy. And watch as they stretch out the chains, put the glasses on him. Margaret says it doesn't look like he made it. No, look at that. Just
2 inches.
Oh, man. Okay.
And the traditional Georgia Southern yell is coming from the crowd. It's become popular here over the last few years.
Next week when the Citadel's in here, it'll be even louder.
Oh, yes. Once the student body gets back on campus, this place will be rolling and rocking.
Bring all them bodies back. All right, going to be 3rd down and inches to go. Dupree brings them up, takes the snap, fakes it, pitches it, and on the receiving end is Payne at the 15, the 10, and he's in for the touchdown. Chris Wright, rather, number 21. What a call on 3rd and inches as Chris Wright takes it in from 21 yards out.
It's a good call, Dan, because you get the middle of that defense expecting you to come over the middle, just trying to surge ahead for the 1st down. Instead, Southern elects to just go ahead and grab it all.
And a grab it was, and I said that's what we needed to do. little late. Haley with the try for extra point. It's up. It's good as they come back up the field. It is the Eagles 21, Savannah State 3, and we'll be back with more right after this. And we are back with you for the kickoff. Eric Smith teeing it up at the Eagle 40. Dedrick Smith back at about the 5-yard line, and the Eagles have taken a very commanding 21-3 lead. 5 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. After a very rugged 1st quarter, Eagles got out in front and did some movement of their own in the 2nd quarter. In the 3rd quarter, it has been the Eagles. There's the kick. A good one. Another good one. A home run.
All the way out of the end zone.
I mean, that one definitely
1st and 10 at the 20.
was, I tell you, I don't know where Eric Smith has been. He's a junior out of Clark Central. He did not do the kicking off last year. And you kind of imagine that he must have been doing some practicing in order to get that kind of consistency. He's only had one that didn't make it into the end zone on the afternoon. Leverett comes up, puts Thompson out to the left, takes the snap, pitch. Here's Robbins trying to get around the end. Alex Mash holds him up, and he does manage to get away for a yard or two. Alex Mash held him up. Nick Davis tried to nail him down, but it was finally big number 95, Walter Flowers, out of Beach High School.
And number 57, Charlie Burt, who was in there as well.
Let's see who's out there now. Burt. I see Edward Thomas, number 97, a freshman out of Harper High School in Atlanta, in at a defensive end position. Flowers is in there. We're getting a look at a couple of different guys here. A gain of 1 on the play for Robbins. Come up 2nd down and 9. Here's the snap. Inside handoff. The ball gets bounced. And the ball's on the ground again. Dedrick Smith picked it up, and now the back judge says it's the Eagles' ball. Dedrick Smith had the ball in his hands. It bounced right back into his hands, and he dropped it again. And I'm not sure, but I want to say it was Edward Thomas, the freshman out of Harper, who picked the ball up. 1st and 10 Eagles at the Tiger 20-yard line. Goodness.
Looks as though Southern made quite a few adjustments at halftime, Dan, and they've come back out all fired up in the 2nd half.
Well, somebody got a hand in there and took that thing loose. And now Dupree brings him up. Lester was on the wing. Dupree looks, he's got a man in the end zone. Oh, no, intercepted and dropped.
Big number 17, Kelsey Quarterman, was in and almost came up with the pickoff.
And on top of it, Darren Willis had broke to the end zone and was free. And the ball came up a little short. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 4:41 left to go. 3rd quarter. 21-3. Eagles up in front of the Tigers. Dexter Dawson, who had that beautiful long run. Here's a snap. Up the middle. James Williams says goodbye. Nobody touched him. Oh, check it. It was number 35, Tyrone Stevens. Well, it doesn't make any difference because nobody touched him either. And the Eagles have put another touchdown on the board. What a play. What a call.
Slanted that time right over right tackle. Good trap, and just right straight over right tackle into the end zone, untouched.
A minute and 2 seconds after the last one, Reed Haley puts it up. and he's got another one. And as they come back up the field, it's the Eagles 28 and Savannah's Tigers 3. We'll be back right after this. And as we gather at the 40-yard line, the Eagles out in front now, 28-3. A minute and 2 seconds in between touchdowns. Not bad. You see 4:36 on the clock. The other one came with 5:38. Wright went in from 21 yards out. Stevens from 20 yards out. And the Eagles are breathing a little easier. And our friend Vance Pike has got an offensive line that has really done a job here today in moving the ball. All right, Eric Smith getting ready for another kickoff. Let's see if he can boom this one back down. We're here in Bullock County. I imagine, what's the next one over? Candler County. He might be able to put it in there. It's been a pleasure watching this young man do kickoffs. Booms one straight down the field. Going to bounce at the 10. The 5, Dedrick Smith takes it at the 5. Comes up to the 10. Cuts back at the 15 to 20. Good open field tackle by number 2, Broderick Francis Williams.
And number 31, Chad Holmes, also in on it.
Williams from Appling County and Holmes from Griffin High School. Out to the 22-yard line, so at about a 17-yard return.
We should see a lot of new players starting to shuffle in and out, Dan, over the next remaining minutes in this third quarter and into the fourth quarter, which will be good for Coach Stowers for the remainder of the year to get him some experience.
We got a new quarterback in there. He pitches it out, passes it out. Let's see who the new quarterback is. It's definitely the second stringer, Kerry Wiggins.
And the play doesn't go anywhere.
From quarterback Kerry Wiggins, complete to number 27.
Actually looks like he possibly might have lost a yard. Let's see.
See where they're going to put the thing down. It's exactly what, well, they give it back to the line of scrimmage. It was a completion to Doug Grant. And there is a flag on the play, and let's see what that's all about. And I'm not sure what it's all about, but we're going, there's the flag right there. All right, so the linesman threw it. Ooh, it's a biggie. Like 10 yards. And that's a holding. So it's still first down, but now it's 1st and 20. The new quarterback, Kerry Wiggins, a junior from, get this now, Sanford, Florida. We know where that's at. 1st and 20 from about the 12. Wiggins goes back. He looks. He looked a long time. He found a man open at the 20-yard line, however, and drilled it in there to Calvin Thompson, number 83.
Pass complete.
Got about 8 of those yards back on that one play. He had a lot of time back there.
Yes, he did have a lot of time. The defense is back. Basically, you don't want to say in a prevent, but it's almost that right now. They will allow the short pass completion down close, but they just don't want to give up anything long.
Keep them under the umbrella. All right, 2nd down at about 12. Ooh, a nice play as the big fullback again, Isaac Caesar, on a screen gets it out to about the 26-yard line.
And Walter Flowers, that time, number 95, was in and was all over the quarterback.
Just a hair too late. A 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down now and about 5, call it 5. Got to go out to about the 32. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left to go here, third quarter. 28-3 in favor of the Eagles. Wiggins showing some very nice touches. Wants to throw this one out to the side. He doesn't know where he's going. He's going down is where he's going.
Suddenly number 91 for the Eagles, Michael Morris, is there and buries him.
Well, I said he had some nice touches, but the last one, he pulled it down twice. And Michael Morris and Alex Mash said, we'll drop you for that one. And Wiggins takes a loss back to the 19. They mark it on the 20. It's a 7-yard loss. It's still 4th down, and now it's 4th and 12. I am looking at Margaret's statistics, and according to what I'm seeing, Savannah State has 1 first down in the second half. Helmsley gets it away. Going to be a return. Oh, Dexter Dawson at the 40 to 45, spins away and into Tiger territory before he's finally hit and brought down at about the 46, 47-yard line. We have got a Tiger down.
Good return that time. brought down by Andrew Mitchell, number 71.
We have got somebody down in front of us that they're going to attend to. First thing he did was pull his helmet off, which almost automatically tells me that he caught one in the eye. Dawson, a nice return, about 13, 14 yards. Eagles on offense. Let's see who's out there. Isaac Farrell is in there, big number 70, and I do mean big. 6'1", 266 pounds, out of Northside High School in Warner Robins. And looking at the rest of them, looks like Moore is still in there. Jamie Glover is still in there. We do have another new number, Robert Hadley, out of Benedictine High School in Savannah. Sophomore, 6'3", 251.
And the injured player for Savannah State, number 10, Eric Flournoy, who was able to get up and finally get off under his own power.
And Stacy Moses back in there at a tackle position. Getting some chance to look at a lot of guys on the offensive line, and that helps too. Again, out of the power I formation. Here's the snap. Dupree hands off, and I believe
it's number 35 is the ball carrier, Tyrone Stevens.
Took the up man on that one and stuck it into his belly down to the 43-yard line. About a 4-yard pickup. Second down and 6. We've got 2 minutes exactly remaining here in the third quarter. Darren Willis will go to the top of the screen. And we'll still stick with a tight end situation. There's a lot of beef on that line right now. Here's the snap. Handoff is Terry Lester out of the tailback position. And he gets it to about the 41-yard line, a 2-yard pickup.
Terry Lester.
Darren Willis, meanwhile, sprinted far down the sidelines with Kelsey Quarterman chasing him.
Top 20 action at the half. Fifth-ranked Delaware 40.
And into the ball game comes Chris Wright, who has a touchdown to his credit.
Western Carolina, nothing.
And he will go into the tailback position. Stevens and Williams in front of him. Third down and about 4 for the Eagles on the Tiger 41-yard line. Snap. Oh, they ran into each other in the middle of the backfield. And a 3-yard loss on the play. Well, you could get hurt that way. Chris Wright ran smack into Joe Dupree. And a loss of three on the play.
And Dupree is flexing his right hand. We're wondering whether he may have sustained an injury there. He looks like he's okay, though.
Well, whatever the play was supposed to be, it went the other way, and Bill Thatcher gets ready for the punt, and he has a beautiful punt. Oh, it's going to skip into the end zone. Dexter Dawson trying to get down there to cover it and could not do it. Dedrick Smith did a nice job of decoying on it.
First and 10 at the 20.
And it will be first and 10 for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line.
Crystal Sugar scoreboard in 1AA top 20 action.
And we'll see how many new players we've got on defense now.
25th ranked North Carolina A&T.
And it looks like everybody who's out there has been there. Huey Hunt in at the middle linebacking position as Paul Carroll gets a little bit of a breather. First and 10. Wiggins still in there at quarterback. Wants a pass, throws one way out. It is incomplete. It was caught, but Rob Stockton knocked it away from big number 82, the tight end Wesley Willis, as Stockton went up with him and knocked the ball aside. Dominic Turner from Northside High School of Warner Robins is in there at one of the linebacking positions, number 48. He is a senior. We got to talk to him before the season. He said he was really looking forward to getting some playing time in this year. It looks like he's got a little right here. Second and 10, Wiggins goes back. He looks. He's got to look again. He throws one way outside, and Alton Hitson was the closest guy to it, and he was 10 yards out of bounds when the ball came down. Going to be third and 10. Alex Mash and Michael Morris coming back in. And it's Edward Thomas and Lee Brooks coming out.
And we got several of the coaches now over talking to Dupree on the sidelines. I think he may have jammed a finger or two or something on that last exchange a while ago, Dan.
Running into his own man. What a way to go. Wiggins, draw play, straight up the middle. Oh, and getting good yardage out over the 30-yard line. Fresh blood in there, too. Number 35, Reginald Allen out of Augusta, a freshman.
Big first down, brings the ball all the way out to the 34-yard line.
A 14-yard pickup on the play. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score. The Eagles 28, Savannah State 3. We'll be back with you right after these messages. As the Eagles take a rather commanding 25-point lead into this fourth quarter. Got some more new blood out here. Goodness, you got more guys running around that I haven't seen before. Michael Stovall comes out wide to the right for Savannah State. Wiggins goes back. He looks. He fires one. Oh, a nice play to Willis, the tight end. And he is hit, fumbles the ball, but it's out of bounds. Nick Davis laid a pop on him that you heard all the way up here.
Number 82, Wesley Willis.
However, the ball went out of bounds at about the 39-yard line, so it's going to be second down and 5. Savannah State's ball. Dedrick Smith comes out wide to the right. Another new person in there for Savannah State. Wiggins, the quarterback, takes it, goes back. He looks. Alex Mash says, come here. Michael Morris says, come here. Throws the ball up in the general direction of Calvin Thompson. But Calvin was not anywhere close to it. Incomplete. It'll bring up third down. Well, he did the right thing. He found an eligible receiver and said, here, I hope you can catch it.
And Michael Morris has spent a significant part of the afternoon in the backfield of the Tigers chasing the quarterback. He was there again.
Enjoy that, yes. All right, on third down and about 5.5 or 6 yards to go. Here's a snap, and there's the draw, and this time we read it completely and bottled it up and knocked him down.
Reginald Allen, the ball carrier, number 35.
He got 14 the first time. This time he gets about 1. That's exactly what they're going to give him, is 1. It looked like Nick Davis might have been one of the guys in there. See, the first-string linebacking core was in. And now Savannah State, Mike Helmley says he'll punt. Brandon Roselle will go back. Single safety. Ooh, a high snap. And not able to get anywhere into it. Roselle will take it at about the 17. Up to the 20, cuts outside, needs a block. Gets a block at the 25 to 30. At the 40, at the 45, cuts back. Dances away at the 50. Still got his feet. There's a flag down, however, at about the 45-yard line. Now, that flag could be at the line of scrimmage, which unfortunately could mean that we were offside. But let us not count our chickens before the little lovers hatch. Brandon Roselle, a good return, 33, 38 yards.
And we've got a hold call
okay,
against the Eagles.
That would have been holding as the guy was leaving the line of scrimmage. So the referee, Harold Becker, indicating to Jack McElwee that it'll be from there. See who might be out there for the Eagles that we have not called his name yet, and I don't see anybody. Marco Bradham, sophomore out of Savannah High, is in at the boundary cornerback.
And Dominic Turner in.
Yeah.
Still playing.
Dedrick Smith split right. Thompson to the top of the screen to the left. Snap. Wiggins hands it and trying that draw play again and getting nowhere again was number 35, Reginald Allen.
Initial hit made by number 55, Scott Davis, and then finally brought down by Huey Hunt, who's in there at middle linebacker.
Happy Huey Hunt. We had a chance to talk with and interview him, and we had a lot of fun. He's a nice guy. Huey is a sophomore out of Bradwell Institute in Hinesville. Losses on the play of 1 for Allen. Wiggins brings him up then on 2nd and 11. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. He looks. We got a flag. We got a pass that's so far out of bounds. Woo! Rob Stockton just knocked ice and water and cups and everything else. But we do have a flag in the backfield. Yes, indeed. And let's see what the call here is going to be. I believe he's going to talk to the Eagles. Whoops. Huey Hunt was asking what are we going to do? It is holding. And I believe we'll get a full 10 yards out of that, since it looks like it's about the 17-yard line. Check it. We're going to only get half. Mark it back. What was that? If that was a bird, it was big enough to have machine guns under its wings. A 10-yard penalty is exactly what it is. Mark it from the last point of possession at the 19. So we are now second down and about 20 yards to go for a first down. Wiggins goes back. He looks, throws one downfield. It is caught by Calvin Thompson at the 35, and he has got the first down. Brandon Rozelle on the coverage. A 25-yard catch, 24 yards they mark it on the 34, and it will be a first down. Thompson, however, down on the far sidelines, he came down like a pile of bricks.
First down at the 34.
And they're going to probably have to tend to him over there. Beautiful pass, though.
And that time, Kerry Wiggins had defenders hanging all over him as he released the ball, but was able to get the completion.
That was the 7th pass. I guess he has completed a couple of them. He's got 3 completions. That's not bad. All right, we've got some changes for the Eagles. Several ins and outs. A 1st and 10 at the 34 for the Tigers. 6 minutes and 44 seconds left to go here in the ball game. 28-3 in favor of the Eagles. And I think that Savannah State must have taken a full timeout on that one rather than just an injury timeout. Referee says, however, start the clock. I want to go home. No, he didn't say that really. Smith out wide to the right. And Wiggins brings them up. Everybody backs off all of a sudden. Now they come back up. Here's Wiggins. He's got some pressure from behind him. He lets one go right down the middle over everybody's head. Intended for Dedrick Smith. However, the ball winds up down around the Eagle 20-yard line all by its lonesome.
And Michael Morris and Scott Chafin, who was in that time. I believe it was Scott. No, I'm telling you the wrong number. It was Brian Sellers who was in there.
We've missed telling you about one guy, number 66, as you see him moving up and down the line for Savannah State. He comes from Savannah. Ernest Green, he's 6'6", 310-pound senior. We know why they run behind him now. On 2nd down and 10, Wiggins goes back. Still got pressure, throws one out. It's complete to Smith. Woof, and he lost his head over that one at about the 41-yard line as Marco Bradham got him as soon as he got it.
42.
A gain on the play of about 7 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Boy, Marco Bradham got in there as soon as Dedrick Smith had the ball. Dedrick's going to take a little rest and go to the sidelines. And Darrell Norman out of Lincolnton, a junior, comes in to spell him. 3rd down and about 3 at the Tiger 41-yard line. Here's the snap, and Wiggins goes back. Michael Morris chasing him. The ball, good catch again by Calvin Thompson, and another first down. This one at the Eagle 47-yard line. A 9-yard pass completion.
Brandon Rozelle on the stop, but it was good for a first down.
Nice slant pattern. Thompson just cut it right across the middle of the field, and Wiggins just barely had enough time to get it to him.
Down to 5:20 now left in the game.
Another first down, fresh set at the 47 of the Eagles. Snap. Wiggins got time, puts it out there, complete. And number 81,
Michael Stovall,
who caught the ball, he attracted it. I mean, it was like a magnet. When he caught it, there were 4 blue shirts there to make sure he didn't do anything with it. Brian Sellers, the nose guard, got out there on the play. A gain on the play of about a yard. Pass completion for a yard. 2nd down and 9. Tigers come up. Man, way out to the left with a slot left. Here's the snap. Wiggins looks. He's got a man open. He throws one, overthrows it. Intended out there for Antoine Singleton.
Brandon Roselle makes sure he pays the price, puts a hit on him.
Lets him know that he was out there along with the ball. 3rd down and 9. That one had a little bit too much air under it as it went skittering merrily along. 3rd down and 9 from the Eagles' 46. Tigers got to come up with one here. 4:22 left to go in the ball game. 28-3 in favor of the Eagles.
Gary Wiggins has had plenty of time to throw the ball.
And he looks now, and he is being rushed, and he has got people chasing him, and he's still got people chasing him. Throws one way downfield, incomplete. Calvin Thompson and Rob Stockton battling at about the 10-yard line. However, the ball was overthrown. No flag on the play.
And Calvin Thompson is very angry, thinking that he should have gotten the flag for interference.
However, every bit of laundry that's down there stayed in the pocket. Francis Williams coming in at cornerback as Brandon Roselle is going to come out, I think, just to catch his breath.
And we've got a 4th down with about 8 or 9 yards still to go.
All right, coming back into the game is Singleton. On 4th down, Wiggins goes back. He's got a rush. Oh, that one's not going to get anywhere near the quarterback. As coming in on the fly was Danny Britt along with Darius Dawson and Roy Clayton, the freshman out of Jenkins County. And it'll be 1st and 10 Eagles, and we'll be back with all that right after this timeout. And with 4:04 left on the scoreboard, we come back. Eagles ball, 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. And Charles Bostic is with the ball. He's in motion, going out around the right at the 45 to 50. Hit from behind and brought down by number 50,
Jonathan Bird,
who lost his helmet.
Yep.
Jonathan Bird.
Caught him going down the line. However, not before Bostic got it across the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. So I would imagine this time Joe Dupree is done for the day. I don't see him down along the sidelines either. Well, we'll take a further look. All right, 2nd and 3. Harris out wide to the left. Here's the snap, and it is Tyrone Stevens at the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, and inside the 20-yard line as Tyrone Stevens adds to his numbers today, down to about the 16-yard line. They're going to say he went down and hit a knee at the 18-yard line. A 30-yard pickup on the play for Tyrone Stevens.
And he was brought down by number 18, Rodney Brown, who had to chase him down. He came through that line after he was hit a couple of times, just kind of sorted his way through it, and rambled on down for a large gain. 1st down.
Bostic puts a man in motion, takes the snap, keeps it, and got submarined by Willie Jennings, defensive tackle, who just reached in there and grabbed his leg and said, "Come here."
Willie Jennings.
A loss on the play to about the 21-yard line, a loss of 3. Well, they have learned that if you let Bostic get loose, he's going to go up and down the line of scrimmage on you. Jennings made sure he didn't do anything like that time. 2nd and 13, 2:23 left to go in the ball game. Bostic puts a man in motion. It's Lester, and it's Stevens up the front, and a fumble on the play, and it looks like a white shirt's on it. It is. It is going to be 1st and 10 for Savannah State.
Tyrone Davis.
As Tyrone Davis comes up with it, and we're going to be back with the rest of today's ball game right after these messages. And as we come back to you for the final 2 minutes and 12 seconds of this ball game, it'll be Savannah State's ball, 1st and 10 on their own 21-yard line is where we're going to have to mark it down. Kerry Wiggins still in there at quarterback. He goes back. He throws one way out here. Intercepted by Marco Bradham at the 49-yard line. It was intended for Dedrick Smith. Bradham went up the ladder and brought it back down. We didn't even get a chance to tell you that Matt Thornton, the sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida, had just gone in. Well, now we did. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles, still in Savannah State territory, as a matter of fact. That had the effect of a pretty decent punt, but that was about it. Bostic brings him up. Chris Joyner splits out to the top of the screen. Alfonso Harris here at the bottom. Man in motion, no flag. Here's the pitch. Steve Payne trying to get outside, is not going to do it. Gets ridden down at about the 50-yard line. Probably a loss on the play.
And that took just a little too long to develop, stretched out too far to the right, and that enabled the defense to come on up and make the stop.
One of the things that I've noticed, and now with a minute and 37 seconds left to go, I can say it. For many years now, having watched Georgia Southern in this formation, when just before the ball is snapped, one of the wingbacks, Eaglebacks, goes in motion, and that's what Savannah State, see, they keyed on it there, and there is a loss on the play. Check it, a gain on the play, but they're keying on those on the slot backs moving and getting a jump on the ball. Chad Holmes with the carry that time, his first one. Number 31 is a sophomore out of Griffin. Gained about 3-4 yards. He got 4 yards back down to the 46. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 7. And we got somebody down for Savannah State right about the line of scrimmage. But that's what I was looking at through the whole game, and that's what they're doing, is they're keying off of that first movement. We have got all sorts of new guys in here for the Eagles, and we want to make sure that we get their names in. Number 71 out there is Kendrick Maxwell out of Stevens County High School, a true freshman, 6'3", 229 pounds. We also have Robert Hadley, a sophomore out of Benedictine, 6'3", 251 at one of the guard positions. Stacy Moses, who's been in before, is also in the ball game once again. Isaac Farrell, who's been in a couple of times today, is back into the game. Chris Joyner is out there. I think that may have caught us up as to all the new guys. Let's see if we can see who the center might be. The Florida State player who is being helped off is Ware, number 54, the outside linebacker. A minute and 8 seconds left to go on the clock. Our center is Stuart Dixon, a redshirt freshman from Dublin High School, 6 foot, 219 pounds of him. And Charles Bostic says, give me the ball. Whoops! Kind of threw that one up in the air. Now let's see if he can get loose with it. No, he's not going to be able to, and he's got to go out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. He was looking for Darren Willis down the far sidelines. Well,
and we got another player down for the Tigers.
And it looks to be...
Looks like it's number 18.
Yeah, one of the defensive backs, Rodney Brown, who's been in a couple of times. He went down. A loss on that play, 9 yards. Well, you don't like to see anything like that happen, especially on a slip like that one on the snap. But if it's got to happen, aren't you glad that Georgia Southern's out in front 28-3? And we'll see what the extent of Rodney Brown's. I don't know, the way they're looking at him, it looks like he...
I think he just had the breath knocked out of him for a moment. And now he's able to be up and getting off under his own power. That's what you like to see.
Oh, yes. And Bill Thatcher, a product of Statesboro High School, is coming in to do the punting. We now have 1 minute, 60 ticks, and this one's going to be history. A lot of the crowd has already started to file out and go home and beat the traffic. Thatcher gets a punt away. Nice one. Dedrick Smith is going to watch it at the 20. Whoops. It takes a bounce back up, and it is covered at about the 23-yard line. Maurice Reed, Doherty High School out of Albany. Make sure that it didn't go any further back than it did.
Kick down at the 22-yard line.
And they mark it at the 22, where it'll be 1st and 10. The referee says it is a first down, and he also says start the clock, which means we have got 49 seconds.
Please, if you're a Houston County band parent, we'd like you to report to the bus. They're ready to leave. If you're not there, they can't leave until you get there. If you're a Houston County band parent.
You heard the announcement. Not all of the fans have left that. Wiggins goes back. A nice pass to Dedrick Smith across the middle. Danny Britt had a shot at him, and Smith getting to the outside. He's going to make it a foot race at the 50 to 40. Marco Bradham says you're not going to go all the way. Knocks him down at the 29. A flag comes flying in late.
Out of bounds at the 28.
A 50-yard pickup on the play, but now let's see what the flag is all about. And knocked him down at the 20. It's where it's going to be, is just inside the 28. And Marco Bradham came all the way across the field.
We got a personal foul called
against Savannah State.
Yes.
All right. Well, I have no idea what that one might have been, but as it is, that's going to cost them big. 15 yards back out to the Eagle 43-yard line.
Someone with some pent-up frustration, I'm sure.
Probably. Michael LeBlanc was in there, and we want to make sure we mention that he was a redshirt freshman out of McEachern High School. And also coming to the sidelines was Maurice Reed, again, from Doherty High School in Albany. But it is a first down for Savannah State. Mark the ball at the Eagle 43-yard line as Wiggins comes up, takes the snap. He looks, puts one across the middle, intercepted at the 30-yard line by Dominic Turner at the 35 to 40 to 45 to 50. Cuts back in at the 45, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. The senior from Northside High School in Warner Robins had that one right in his hands. There's a flag, however, back at about the 34-yard line of the Eagles.
And he made the interception, but he made a very impressive run, too, Dan, when he got his hands on the ball. Brought back some memories there, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he looked like a running back on that one. And the penalty, illegal participation against...
Too many men on the field, evidently.
That's it. So it is declined, and it will be 1st and 10. So Dominic Turner gets a return of about 32 yards on that one. Gracious. Bostic brings him up with about 21 seconds left to go on the clock. And it'll start with the snap. Here's the snap, straight ahead. It's Williams. No, check it, it's Wortham, and he's going to go all the way. Marco Wortham. Whoa, put the exclamation point right behind that. Chad Holmes. I keep getting those two guys mixed up. They're not going to invite me to their next party. Chad Holmes, number 31, from 38 yards out. With 14 seconds left to go, Reed Hadley to try the extra point. It is up. They say it's good. 35 to 3. Well, that's how fast things can turn around. Savannah State had a beautiful run and pass to Dedrick Smith, the same guy who ran like mad against us last year. Pass interception turns it around. One play puts 7 more points on the board for the Eagles. 14 seconds left to go in the ball game. And now the crowd is definitely starting to make their way towards the exits. Eagle cheerleaders out there having a good time. And Savannah State is waiting for the final gun, as they say. Next week, incidentally, for these two teams, of course, the Eagles kick off their initial foray into the Southern Conference. Having joined SoCon, the Eagles will now get a chance to meet one of the big guys, the Citadel, here next Saturday. Meanwhile, Savannah State travels to Tuskegee, and they begin, that's also one of their conference games, too. Eric Smith kicking off. Booms another one. Look at that. Into the end zone. And taking it and just kneeling down right there. Did not want to go anywhere with it. That was not Dedrick Smith, however. That was Antoine Singleton.
Touchback.
No relation, though, right? Okay.
10 at the 20.
Shirley says she knows he's no relation. Unless he's got money. Then he's a relation, okay. With 14 ticks on the clock. An impressive first effort for the Eagles. And a good tune-up to go up against the Citadel. The Citadel had a good record last year. High Kerry Wickens at quarterback. Calvin Thompson out wide to the right. Dedrick Smith to the top of the screen to the left. Wiggins goes back. He looks, and right across the middle, and that one's going to get about 6 or 7 yards. Nice play for practice. And the reception made by Darrell Norman, and the clock says that's enough of that. The final score of today's ball game, the Georgia Southern Eagles 35 and the Savannah State Tigers 3. And we will be back with a quick wrap-up with statistics and a little bit more about our next game here with the Eagles right after these messages. And we return to a rapidly emptying Allen E. Paulson Stadium and Glenn Bryant Field. And there's the littlest cheerleader right there. Isn't she a doll? Statistic-wise, it looks like this. For Savannah State, Carl Leverett, who started at quarterback, 7 carries for 18 yards. Isaac Caesar, 13 for 53. He sure didn't do a lot in the second half. Robbins had 7 for 18. Dedrick Smith 1 time for 8. That was in the first quarter. Mack 2 for 4 yards. Robinson 1 for 8. Wiggins 2 for a -4. Allen had 4 for 15. He got 14 on the first one and then had +1, +1, -1. Total yardage. Now listen to this. This is where you know that your team has come back and slammed the door. Savannah State had a total of 120 yards on the ground. They had 107 in the first half. They got 13 yards in the second half. 14-33, which is 10-21 for the second half. They did get 196 yards through the air, 316 total yards with 14 first downs. They did have 12 penalties for 100 yards. Put the ball on the ground 5 times and lost 3 of them and had 2 interceptions. The Eagles looked like this. Joe Dupree, 14 for 21. They sure corralled Joe today. Williams had 11 carries for 50 yards. Tyrone Stevens, 8 for 78 yards. The guy ripped off 1 of 20 and 1 of 30 and 1 of 16. Marlo Worthen had 2 for 18. Shafton Fraley carried the ball 1 time for 19 yards and scored a touchdown. Wright had it twice for 35 yards. How about that? Terry Lester had 5 carries for 17. Charles Bostic had 6 for a -4. Steve Payne had 1 for a -1. Chad Holmes had 2 for 42 yards, 1 for a 38-yard touchdown. On the ground, the Eagles came out smoking in the second half. Got 275 total yards on the ground. Through the air, 3 for 9. And 124 yards, 399 yards on the day, 15 first downs, 6 penalties for 60 yards, and now here comes the rain. Well, that's good timing. 2 fumbles, and they only lost 1 of them, however, no interceptions, so won the giveaway takeaways by a big +4. The scoring went like this. Brian Schwee hit a 43-yard field goal with 5:41 to go in the first quarter, and that put Savannah State out on top 3-0. Little did they know, hey, Fred? And that was the first score of the game. However, less than 3.5 minutes later, Dexter Dawson took a 75-yard pass and run from Joe Dupree. Reed Hayden, and it was 7-3. Eagles were out in front. In the second quarter, as we told you, Shafton Fraley with his lone carry of the day, a 19-yarder into the end zone with 1 minute and 16 seconds left, and at halftime, it was 14-3 in favor of the Eagles. The third quarter was all Georgia Southern. Wright went in from 21 yards out with 5:38 remaining, and the extra point was also good to make it 21-3. 1 minute and 2 seconds later, Stevens went in from 20 yards out. The point after made it 28-3 at the end of the third quarter. Then with only 14 seconds left to go in the game, Chad Holmes from 38 yards out. Reed Haley with the point after touchdown, and the final as we have it, 35-3 for the Eagles. That is going to be it for us for a while here, however, as the schedule now drives down to, let's see, the Citadel is next week, and that's going to be on Sports South. And then on the 25th of September, we'll be back with UT Chattanooga, the Moccasins, and the Eagles. Freddie, a parting thought?
Well, it was a good game for Georgia Southern for their first game of the year. Served up to be basically a good appetizer for our listening audience. Join us again for Georgia Southern football.
And that will be, as we said, September 25th for the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, the UT Moccasins, and we will be back with you then. Till then, Dan Jaskula for Fred Hester, for my lovely wife Margaret, who did another outstanding job on our statistics, and our cast and crew of thousands, David Wood, Don Wood. Who else is back here? We got all sorts of people hanging around. Shirley Singleton's here with us, Ken Sauer, Keith English, and all the folks back at the studio saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Tell our sponsors you did too, please. Till the next time, goodbye and God